Most brands struggle with email deliverability and they don't even realize it. Their emails are landing in spam, engagement is terrible, and they're leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month. This brand was in that exact situation. No email strategy, and their deliverability was a mess. But in just 44 days, we took them from barely sending any emails to making $97,000 a month just from email alone, making up nearly 30% of all sales. I'm going to walk you through the exact process we use to fix their email strategy, recover the sender reputation, and turn email into a serious revenue channel. If you're running a brand and you're struggling with email performance, or you're worried about hitting the spam folders, or you're already in the spam folders, this video is going to be a game changer for you. Alright, before we get into it, I'm going to showcase a little screenshot here. So this is taking a fresh Klaviyo account with terrible deliverability to $97,000 a month and 29.8% of total store revenue from email in just 44 days. Long ass title. Let's get into it. So before we start, who am I? My name is Michael Fischbacher. It's a mouthful, doesn't look at all like it's pronounced. I'm the co-founder of FluenceFlow, an email marketing agency that's generated over $2.6 million in email and SMS for my clients. We spend a lot of hours inside Shopify and Klaviyo. Here's me with a cat that I met in the Bahamas. Pretty chill. Here's my socials. You can find me there. Here's a little before and after picture. Here's when we got here, and here's after we were here for 44 days. They were not sending any emails through Klaviyo. You can see the effect we had here. Here's a little brand context. Previously, they were using MailChimp, sending like a couple emails a year. They already had 29,000 email subscribers just from being in business for like 10 years. Whether it was them, I don't know who did it. Maybe it was them. Somebody had previously cooked their domain. Terrible deliverability. I can't speak. I'm terrible at English. The brand owner knew that email was important and they were leaving a shit ton of money on the table. So it's a pretty easy sell. So I'm going to break down the process here. Then I'm going to break down each individual step in the process as well. So step 1, get them on Klaviyo. Step 2, warm up the domain. 3, ramp up campaigns. This brand had already had a Klaviyo account prior to me showing up. They were using MailChimp, but they had made a Klaviyo account before and never really sent anything there. I actually didn't have to get them on Klaviyo. They were actually already there technically, but if you're not on Klaviyo, that's where you want to be. So get them on Klaviyo. They're using MailChimp. Klaviyo is the dominant software basically for all email management. It says we brought them to Klaviyo, but I just explained we didn't. Very straightforward process. Sign up to Klaviyo, connect your store, then you ensure your domain requirements are set, which can be a little tricky if you don't know anything about DNS and stuff like that. And then there's plenty of videos on that. You can just look it up, or maybe I can make a video on that in the future. You basically just download your contacts from MailChimp as a CSV file, upload them in Shopify, and upload them into Klaviyo. Then step 2, warm up the IP/domain. This is the hardest part of the process. When you switch to Klaviyo, you're using a fresh IP address for your sending domain. So this means you have no reputation with Google, Yahoo, or any other inbox providers. So if you just attempt to send emails with no reputation at all, you're going to end up in the spam folder every time, which I see brands do all the time. Now, I'd be hitting them up and letting them know, and then fuck yeah, I'll just keep sending them spam. So it's like, it's whatever. So yeah, if you start blasting out emails to your entire list of 29,000 subscribers with a fresh domain, the inbox providers it's gonna seem pretty spammy. So it's not gonna end well. You're definitely gonna get blacklisted, permanently marked as a spam domain, and then you're never gonna send emails again from that domain. So you have to slowly ramp up your sending until you get good engagement. So our process for warming up the IP/domain. Basically, step 1, you want to get high engagement flows live that people will engage with. You want as many people engaging with your emails as possible, so it builds your reputation. You want to create a high converting pop-up to collect new leads. We didn't have any engagement data at all really besides Shopify orders. So we needed to get the list growing ASAP, and at the time they had a decent amount of traffic, so it was a no-brainer. You want to find list segments that will have a high likelihood of engagement. I break actually all these down in further detail ahead, but if you're like, why is he covering it in so much detail? That's why. But basically, like I said, we didn't have any data, any engagement data, so we went with a 7-day engaged segment, which I'll break that down. Then you want to start sending 1 to 2 email campaigns a week to small lists. Over time, you can increase the size by like 20 to 50% depending on results. And then slowly start opening up the list. So to break down, set live high engagement flows. These are emails that people are going to engage with. Welcome emails, browse abandonment, abandoned cart, post-purchase. All these flows are based off of customers' actions. So they sign up to the pop-up, they're going to get the welcome series. They're going to go interact with that email. They viewed a product, they're going to get abandoned browse. They're probably going to interact with that email. Same with abandoned cart. In post-purchase, they made an order. When they get an email in their inbox afterwards, they're going to engage with it. They just made an order with you. So these are emails that are for sure to get engagement. And the best part about this is these are flows. They come off customer actions. That's a trigger. So they're going to come at low volume. It's a lot different than sending 29,000 emails to the whole list at the same time. And it won't raise any red flags in the eyes of the inbox providers. Here's just a screenshot of the first few days with the flows live. On the welcome email, I'd already brought 1.42K, 62% open rate, not bad. Could be a little better on a welcome email 1. Click rate 17%. Should be on checkout flow, 42% opens, 2.9 clicks, 1.4% place order rate, and then post-purchase flow. Each open and click boost your credibility as an IP and domain, and that's what you want. So step 2. You want to create a high converting pop-up. I blurred out its client's logo and images and stuff, so I keep their data private. But basically, we had no engaged profiles at the time when we had lots of site traffic. So we need to start collecting new leads ASAP. You want to build a high converting pop-up that converts at 10% plus. This one I think was converting at like 12% when I ended up turning it off and switching it to a different pop-up provider. But that's what you want. If your pop-up's not converting at 10%, it's not good. So you definitely, want to converting at 10%. If you can't, lucky for you, I'm actually a licensed pop-up dealer. I'm your guy to contact on that. Step 3. Find segments that we think have a high likelihood of engagement. So I said we had no data from Shopify and MailChimp, so we created a 7-day engagement list to start with. And the first send will be rough. Not every time. Sometimes you get lucky, but for this brand, it was rough. Here is basically a screenshot of a 7-day engaged segment that I made. You can, pause the video, make it for your brand, whatever, if you want to send to a 7-day engaged segment. And it's pretty simple. If you want to, maybe you want it to be 14-day engaged. You just take all the 7s, change them to 14. You want it to be 100-day, change it to 100. And then the engaged list will get bigger as you do that, of course. Step 4, start sending campaigns and ramp up list size. This is kind of a unique case. I didn't do it exactly how I wanted to, but I'll explain that here. The client really wanted to send a specific email to everyone. Some founders, it's their way or the highway, so you just do what they say, even if you advise against it. So basically, first campaign, we sent this to 7-day engaged, like I said, open rate 17%, not good. I figured that would happen. Next campaign, sent to the same list. As you can see, you went from 43 recipients opening to 683. The list is growing very quickly due to our pop-up. Once again, not the best open rates, but they're getting better. And then the client really wanted to rip a sale here for the third email. They just, I don't know, told them it wouldn't perform what they wanted, but they wanted to do it anyway. So they ripped the sale there. You made $414, not bad. Then we did a last call for the sale. All the 7-day engaged still. Open rate's getting better though, so that's good. And we just kept sending, 7-day engage until 36%, 42%, 46%. You can see, continue sending 7-day engage. Open rate kept climbing. And this is my last send to 7-day engage because we got 61%. So then what I did is I opened the list up. Now I'm sending to 15-day engaged. And that's how you want to slowly build up. Then what happened here, it got weird. Basically, this client wanted to send the same email to the whole list, but I couldn't just blast it to the whole list because I would fry the domain that was already not in the best shape. So what we had to do was send the email to 15-day engaged list, and then we'd exclude everyone that got that email in the next send and open up the list more. And it was 60-day engaged, send to them. Then exclude 15-day engaged and 60-day engaged, then open it up to 100-day engaged. It was a process. We had to do it until we got to the whole list. So that's why open rates started, are all over the place. But hey, it worked out. Everyone got their email. We're not landing spam. So email content. Basically, when you're sending emails, you want to focus on sending good content only. Highly educational content, stuff like that. Use some examples, social proof, tips and tricks, how to use. I did attach, a social proof email for an example, tips and tricks email for an example, and a product highlight email for an example. And then, like I said, after you're getting good results, continue to open up the list until you're sending to, everyone really. Or not everyone on the list, but everyone that's engaged. And then we also obviously have flows in place to clean the list and get rid of unengaged subscribers as well. Yeah, and this is just a screenshot here. I'm sending the 15-day engage, and then 30, and then 45. Sometimes I'll send a 45, give 49%. I don't like it. Drop it back down to 30. And you just keep going until you're at where you want to be. 50% around there is pretty good. Once you get above 50%, you could probably start opening the list up a little bit more. You can see all these non-sale emails, by the way. We didn't run a single sale here. They're just bringing in the money. And this is money they never would have had before because they didn't send any emails. So like I said, here's the results. After 44 days, we're doing $97K per month from email, making up 29.6% of total store revenue. And all this came from just fixing your center reputation, setting up the right flows, and setting high quality emails. You can see it's my little smiley face, 18K from campaigns, 79K from flows, 97K total. You want us to do this for you? If you're running a brand and struggling with email deliverability, or you just want someone to handle this for you, you can book a call. I'm not sure if this doc will be in the description. It might be. If not, my website will be in the description. You can just pull up here, click. That's embarrassing. Get started doesn't work, I guess. Let's get started works though. Bam. Book a call with Hudson. He's my business partner. He's not quite as handsome and less charming than I am, but he'll get the job done. He's a chill guy. So that probably concludes this video. Let me know if you're struggling with other topics regarding email marketing. You can reach out to me, or I can maybe make a video on it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.